We got live DPS charts, at least, for this this first week of the opening of the raid, right? So we finally got updated live DPS charts. We got tanking rankings. We got healing rankings. Let's just jump straight into this stuff, and maybe we'll run a Mythic Plus real quick before servers go down. But before we do, let's just talk about this real quick. Oh, watching the news? No, you're watching me talk about something real important here. I'm a man of the people. People know me by that term. How do I hold the energy that I do every day to help the people out? It's G Fuel, guys. Right now, I'm drinking Gohan's Blackberry Tea. Fantastic flavors, good stuff, zero sugar, full of energy, a good way to game and to play at your highest level the way I do every day. You can use code Samiccus at checkout to get your favorite G Fuel up to 30% off. Try it now. Elemental Shaman, top of the charts, boys. That's right. Elemental Shaman, after the first week of raiding, is now top of the charts. Also, we got Affliction Warlock, Destro Warlock, Arcane Mage, Ass Rogue, Demonology, and Outlaw. Rounding out your top boys there. At the very bottom, Arms Warrior, and then Blizzard's favorite, Retribution Paladin. I don't think they'll be there very long, personally. I think this shit is going to happen for sure. They'll be up there. Augmentation Evoker on its way back down. Balanced Druid, Fire Mage, Survival Hunter, Frost Mage, rounding out your bottom boys right there. Besides that, we can look at single target real quick. Boss damage. Affliction Warlock still doing really big numbers here. Arcane Mage, Elemental Shaman, Destro Warlock, Ass Rogue, and Demonology Warlock. Rounding out your top boys there. Again, Warlocks just pumping big ass numbers lately. I can't believe it. How good Warlocks are doing right now. But every spec basically for Warlock is extremely viable right now, which is absolutely crazy. At the bottom, the same boys that were there for multi-target are there for single. We got Arms Warrior, Retribution Paladin, Windwalker Monk, Augmentation Evoker, Sub-Titty Rogue, Outlaw Rogue. Right now, basically, if you're Rogue, you're playing Assassination because the other two Rogue specs are in the gutter, it looks like. So, sitting where they are, we'll see how this all balances out against. This is week one. You also take into account that most people don't have 4-set yet. So 4-set could change some of this depending on how good the bonuses are and everything else. These are very undergeared players. Let's see the biggest movers up and down from last week in terms of before raid open. So we have Enhancement Shaman up 17 spots. That was the biggest mover up out of the entirety of everybody. And then we have Augmentation Evoker, who was on his way up finally. Augmentation was like, maybe I'm going to have my day in the sun once again. No, fuck you, says Blizzard. They're putting him down 13 spots. So there you go. Augmentation, your biggest mover down. You got Enhancement, your biggest mover up. Havoc also moved up 12 spots here. And then Devastation Evoker. My God, Blizzard just hating on Evokers. 10 spots down for them. Frost Mage, 11 spots down. So some big movers up and down. Again, we'll see where all this ends up landing in the very end when we finally look at the numbers after everyone starts to get tier set. Best tanks in the game right now in terms of overall damage. Prot Warrior. We've been seeing Prot Warrior be a big part of the race to world first lately. It's been pretty crazy, actually. Prot Warrior has been pumping and dumping lately, and they've been running it with Brewmaster Monk as well. So the combination of Prot Warrior and Brewmaster has been the best combo right now in the race to world first. Blood DK, not too bad. That's my boys right there. Look at that. Us Blood DKs aren't doing too bad, actually, so I'm kind of proud of us. Typically, we've been at the bottom when it comes to these numbers, but right now, our AoE damage is pretty good. So, Guardian Druid, Vengeance Demon Hunter, and then we got Prot Paladin there sitting at the bottom. So, man, Paladins, I don't know what's going on with them lately, but they're getting their time in the gutter. Overall, we got boss damage here too. Prot Warrior, Guardian Druid switches with Brewmaster. We still have Blood DK in third place here. Vengeance Demon Hunter, and again, Prot Pally down there at the bottom. So these are your tanking numbers. Not much movement in terms of what we saw previously, although Prot Warrior rising to the top was something I didn't see coming, I'll be honest. How's Mage doing? Mage is all right. They got some specs doing okay, but some specs near the bottom as well. So they're kind of mid right now. Okay, overall healers, let's check them out. We have a 95th percentile statistics on healers. Preservation Evoker. I saw this just a while ago. Actually, Preservation's been doing really good this entire expansion before the raid even opened. So, Preservation, pumping out hard. Holy Priest, also doing really well. Mistweaver Monk, Holy Paladin, Resto Shaman, Resto Druid, and then Discipline Priest was your previous meta. Down here at the bottom in terms of healing, do they still bring enough utility to remain meta in your Mythic Plus runs? Maybe, but right now they are the lowest. Everybody's been bringing Preservation Evokers lately on their runs, so that's been the go-to. Also, Mistweaver Monk, I feel like we've been seeing a lot of them. So overall, doing pretty good on that side. Discipline taken a flip from the top to the bottom, but we'll see where everything ends up standing later on. And then what's happening in today's big patch? Well, we got a couple adjustments to your dungeons here. Tazavesh the Veiled Market, we see some nerfs happening to it. For its Mythic Plus timer, you're getting an increase of 35 to 35 minutes, was 34 minutes, and a couple nerfs here, health reductions to some mobs, and a little bit less damage from some of those mobs. Yeah, the first runs of Tazavesh were very difficult for anybody who was out there doing them, so that's interesting. And then here we also see from Arakara, we see a reduction in missile damage from the Gossamer. So some nerfs to some dungeons here overall. There was one more piece I wanted to talk about real quick. Where is it? We got the iconic scythe. World First, yeah. What is this? We got, yep, and then we got an update on Race to World First here. Finally, we see Fractilis getting beaten. Hugo, thank you for the sub on YouTube. I appreciate that. We see Fractilis biting the dust here. With tanking, we see one tank. They single tank this. Yeah, this is an odd combination. So they single tank this with a Mistweaver Monk. Then they had 4 healers of varying types here. Some melee DPS and ranged, somewhat balanced there in terms of melee and ranged. The interesting part is the single tank. Yeah, single tank combination. I guess Fractilis doesn't really have anything that can break a tank. Maybe Blizzard will change that, but Echo was the one who got through this, and this was the combination they used. Always fun to look at. We'll keep up with the Race to World First, and that is all in terms of news.